Hey guys, it's Slam. Today I'm going to show you how to hook up two separate consoles to your HD PVR. We're also going to show you how to still utilize your HDMI inputs on your television. We're going to show you how to capture game chat and microphone chat. We got a lot of components to go over, so I'm going to keep this brief. I'm not going to show you how to, what plugs go on where, because that's going to take forever. And I'm sure you guys already know what the difference between an input and an output is. So we got a lot of stuff to go over, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to lay everything out right here on the floor to make things a little bit more cleaner so you can see where everything's going. The last thing I'm going to do is hook up all the power cords just to keep it a little bit cleaner so it doesn't get too confusing. First off, internet. What I got here, and this is not required, but it just makes things for having less cables running all over the place. This is a Netgear 5-port gigabyte desktop switch, and all that does is you got your internet Ethernet coming in to the input, and has 4 outputs to hook up to various components. I got one going to the PlayStation, and we got one going to the Xbox. Pretty simple, not required, but makes things a little bit nicer, a little bit easier. All right, next up for video, we have HDMI cables coming out of both the PS3 and the Xbox, and we have them running over to this guy. What this is a 4x2 HDMI switch. What that means is there are 4 HDMI inputs and 2 HDMI outputs. Now you don't need a 4x2 to do all this. I got a 4 so I can also put my satellite box into this. You can use a 2x2, and they do have that. They have all sorts of configurations of how many inputs and outputs. So we got 2 inputs coming in, one from our PS3, one from our Xbox. We have one output going directly to our television, and the other output will be going to our HD PVR. Alright, next up, to hook up our HD PVR, we're going to be running from our HDMI switch to our HD PVR, and the PVR only has a component input. So in order to hook that up, I am using this. This is an HD Fury 2 for a couple reasons. One thing, it converts HDMI to component. The other reason is the PS3, the HDMI signal coming out of the PS3 is encrypted. I guess that, for preventing Blu-rays being copied and whatnot. What this thing does is an HD Fury Gamer 2. What it does, it takes the signal from the HDMI and it unencrypts it and puts it out into components. Now we're only going to be using the video. We're not going to be using the audio, and we're going to cover that up a little bit. So the components are going into the inputs of the HD PVR. Alright, now that we've got the video set up, now let's move on to audio. We're going to take optic cable from both the PS3 and the Xbox, and we're going to run it over to this guy here. And what this is an optic cable switch. We've got two inputs coming in, and we got one output going out, and we're going to run that into our Astro mix amps. What we're using is an Astro A40 setup with the mix amp. From here, I'm going to show you how to hook it up to the PVR and show you how to capture game chat and your microphone. The one thing, there is a USB power cord for the mix amp. This is one thing that I'll have to switch manually back from the PS3 to the Xbox, depending on which console I'm using. Alright, next up I'm going to show you how to capture your voice. With the Astro headset, it comes with the cable to hook up to a PC, which has the pink and the green separate 2.5 connectors. Right now for the microphone, we're just worried about the pink side, because this is your microphone side. The green side is your game audio and your game chat. We'll show you how to hook that up here in a little bit. But right now we're just worried about the pink side. Alright, from your headset to the Y adapter that you can get from Astro, The reason why we're doing that is because we're going to need to tap in here in a little bit. But right now the pink side just goes straight through into the headset jack on the mix amp. From there we're going to go on the back of the Astro mix amp is a PC mic output. From there we're going to run that over into a mixer. One other thing that I needed to do was I would get this bad humming sound when I would record videos, and that's caused by a ground loop. So sometimes you need to add a ground loop isolator, which I have here. So what it is the 2.5 to RCA. This particular ground loop isolator uses RCA on both sides. So from there it goes from RCA to a 1/4 inch jack, which we're going to put into channel 3 here of our mixer. Alright, next we're going to capture the game sound and game chat. Like I said earlier, we're going to tap into the green side, which I have done here with a Y adapter. The headset connects to the Y adapter, which connects to the mix amp, as you can see here. The other side of the Y adapter is going to run over here into it's a 2.5 to RCA, which is going to go into auxiliary 1 of this the mixer here. What that's going to do now is going to combine our game sound, game chat, along with our microphone and put it into one output. And that output is going to be our audio, which comes into the PVR. So now we got our audio coming in, which is why we did not use the audio from the HD Fury converter here. So that won't be used. Audio coming in, video coming in, and that will get us to capture everything. Alright, lastly we just have to hook up the controller. As normal, you take the controller wire, and that runs into the input of the mix amp there. That is not required for the PS3, obviously. I've always been an Xbox person, and when I got the PS3, I could not figure out the controls. I just didn't work very well for me. So what I got was this thing here, which is the XCM Cross Battle adapter, and what that does is it's USB, and it converts your Xbox controller into the PS3, so you can use your Xbox controller on the PS3. It's pretty cool. It does have these switches which are turbo, which I look for one that didn't have one, because that's, that can be shady and cheating. I don't use the switches, but I couldn't find one that did not have one. So that should do it. A lot of cables, a lot of wires. Next, I'm going to take all this stuff, put it back in my entertainment center, and hook everything up again and turn it on, and we'll go from there. Alright, now they got everything hooked up. We'll show everything in action here. Got everything hooked up to the TV, and of course my laptop here, which is hooked up to the PVR. The HDMI switch comes with a remote where you can switch between the two outputs, or 4 outputs rather, on my particular one. Right now it's on the PlayStation 3, so if I go here and change the channel, the output, it'll switch over. It takes a couple minutes, and then it will go to the Xbox. So there you have it. Everything is ran with high-speed HDMI 24-gauge cables. The HDMI switch and all my cables that I got from monoprice.com. If you're not familiar with that website, I would definitely check it out, because they got some really great deals on cabling and anything you can think of. I'll put the link in the description below, along with some of the other components that I had, like the HD Fury 2 converter and the mix amp, or the mixer rather. If you guys got any questions, feel free to send me an email or post a comment below, and I'd be glad to help you out.